Welcome to Recently Logged, an audio stream discussing what the film bros are watching these days. So, what are they watching these days? Hi guys.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hey, well, you know what is another Brad Pitt film that's not rated R?
What about Megamind?
Hey, that sounds like a good idea. And yes, it's Megamind.
Wow. You just revealed the answer?
Yeah, it's Megamind. We're doing Megamind.
Oh, I thought you were just answering the question in Brad Pitt.
Well, that is the question. No, that's the question was referring to what we were doing.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, we're not. Do you have notes prepared for
Once
Upon a
Kill
Time?
Bill next.
Kill Bill next. Okay.
And then Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Well, maybe we'll do the whole Kill Bill trilogy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Megamind.
Megamind. I guess we should start off with introducing ourselves.
Hi, I'm Micah. I do podcasts.
They're not going to know what your regular... Oh, you maxed it out, Micah. Look what you did. Okay, there we go. They're not going to know what your regular voice sounds like.
They don't need to know.
Okay, he's Micah. I'm Robbie. That's all you need to know, I guess.
Yeah. We do podcasts.
Welcome to Recently Logged.
This podcast in particular.
Wow.
So you can follow us on Twitter.
You're already plugging. Yeah, they're just going to click away.
They're going to click away.
Okay.
All right. Never mind. Don't follow us on Twitter. In fact, if you followed us on Twitter, unfollow us.
Unfollow us, yes.
Right now.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's what the producers tell us anyway.
We are the producers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, this week we're talking about Megamind, all things Megamind. Big, blue, and beautiful.
Just like Megamind's forehead.
That's my Letterboxd review. Big, blue, and beautiful.
All right, so let's start us off.
Oh,
you usually interrupt me when I'm about to start us off.
Well, actually, before you start us off, I gotta tell them our email so they can email us with their wonderful thoughts, praising us on how great our reviews are.
Don't email us reviews or anything. Email us movie suggestions because we need movie suggestions. Obviously,
we're down to either Spider-Man 2 or Boss Baby at this point, so we're desperate. So yeah, our email is poddingtonrl@gmail.com. That's poddingtonrl@gmail. No. Okay, we stopped recording there for a second, and Micah decided to take a Pop-Tart break. Okay. Do you need to wash it down?
Yeah.
Some water? I think I'll get some too. Okay. So, general thoughts on Megamind.
That's my line.
Oh, okay.
General thoughts on Megamind, Robbie.
You want me to go first? Didn't I go first last time?
No.
Because I was like,
because remember the first time I was like, all right, Robbie, what are your general thoughts? And you're like, what? You're asking me to go? You look like very prepared.
Oh, and that's right, yeah.
The second time you were like, well, the first time you were.
Okay, so I'm going first.
Yeah, you're going first.
Okay. I didn't write anything down, which...
Cool.
Okay, so... it's a well-paced, pretty well-written dramedy where most of the jokes land really well, and it's got a lot to say. There.
Right.
Is that a good summary?
That's good, yeah.
I captured
what did you rate this on Letterboxd?
On Letterboxd, I originally rated it 3 stars, and re-watching it for this podcast. Twice, yes. I just watched it this afternoon. I gave it 4 stars.
Wow.
So 4 out of 5. That's not too shabby.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but I gave it 4.5.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
General thoughts, Micah.
I love this movie.
He loves this movie.
movie
I
is
love this
amazing.
movie too.
This movie's... I really struggle finding things wrong about it when I watch it.
Just because you like it so much, or just because you struggle to find things wrong with it?
Both.
Okay. It's a little combo.
Yeah.
Quarter-pound combo.
Like, the voice acting in this is amazing.
Oh, the voice acting.
The writing.
Will Ferrell did a surprisingly good job as Megamind. Like,
yeah, no.
when I found out, because we had watched this in theaters,
I think so.
as kids.
Yeah, as kids.
And I remembered not liking it very much. I don't know why.
There's a lot of movies like this that we watched when we were younger.
We watched in theaters when we were younger, and I remembered not liking this movie. And I was like, I don't really want to watch it again, but we ended up watching it again, maybe about 2 years ago. I'd say. Stop doing that. You can hear it. Okay. So, yeah, maybe about 2 years ago. Micah, I can still hear it. We watched it again, and I'm like, wow, this is actually, like, pretty funny, but I didn't think it was anything...
You're like, wow!
I didn't think it was anything groundbreaking.
You really maxed out the audio there. I gave this 4.5 stars on Letterboxd, and it's just the voice acting top-notch. I think probably Will Ferrell's maybe best. I mean, Elpha's really good.
Oh, you're not talking just voice acting, just acting in general? I would say he does a little bit more in Elf. But Megamind is probably my favorite of his, I would say.
And all the rest of the cast is great. And then the writing, the jokes, everything in that aspect works really well. And then the emotion. And I think this is interesting because I feel like the one thing DreamWorks oftentimes has going for it, because a lot of times it doesn't have a lot going for it.
Looking at you, Boston.
Wow. is emotion. They really know how to hit emotion right on a lot of stuff.
They do? Oh, yeah. There's Kung Fu Panda. That's pretty good.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. I haven't watched that in a while. The third one I have a lot of problems with, but that's for a later date.
I love the third one.
A later date.
He didn't watch it in theaters or on Blu-ray.
The new Overwatch character looks like the bad guy from How to Train Your Dragon.
True. He looks like the bad guy from How to Train Your Dragon, just like taller.
He was like really tall and like super buff.
Not even like buff. He's just big.
Just really big.
Not like fat, but like big.
He's just a very big person. But yes, you were saying.
He's even got the accent.
Okay, you were
like, yes, the dragons. I killed them. I killed all the night fear.
I don't think that's how he sounded in the movie. Okay, so.
Yes, love this movie. Emotions hit well. Comedy hits well. And yeah, I mean, like, just everything about this movie I like. Really, honestly. This is a hard one for me on a podcast just because I like so much about it.
So coming up with bad stuff might be hard.
Yeah.
At least with Charade and Inside Out, you dislike them to a degree. This one, I don't know.
Alright, let's zip on over to IMDb and tell you about the movie Megamind.
Yes, Megamind was released when?
2010.
2010. So yeah, that's about right for us going and seeing it in theaters.
Yeah, I was young.
I was but a young lad.
We got the main cast: Will Ferrell as Megamind, Brad Pitt, Metro Man, Tina Fey as Roxanne Ritchie, Jonah Hill as Titan or Hal, and David Cross as Minion. And just an honorable mention in there, Ben Stiller plays Bernard, and Bernard is like the best character in Megamind.
Probably.
So yeah, that's just...
Yeah, Ben Stiller, he got 2 lines in this movie, and he nailed both of them.
No, the post-credit scene he got lines.
Oh, that's true. I forgot.
Yeah.
Also, J.K. Simmons as the warden.
Oh yeah, J.K. Simmons is the warden. Can't forget him.
Wait, did this get nominated? It won an award? Hold on.
What did it win? You're supposed to know this stuff going in, Robbie.
Oh shoot, hold on. Oh no, it's for not like Golden Globes or anything. Okay, so it's fine.
First little was 95 minutes PG.
Wait, Golden Globes isn't even for movies. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Is the director Tom McGrath?
McGrath. Yes, Tom McGrath.
Tom McGrath. Oh boy,
no.
he directed
What has he directed?
Madagascar 3, Madagascar 2.
Okay, why did
Penguins
you...
of Madagascar.
Oh my gosh.
Boss Baby.
Okay, no.
Home.
He did not. That's actors, Micah. That's what he acted in.
Dang it. IMDb's dumb.
Okay, I was about to say...
He's a writer for all those.
What is he directed?
What has he directed? Boss Baby 2 hasn't not been released yet. Boss Baby,
all
Madagascar,
the Madagascar
3,
movies.
Megamind, Madagascar 2, Madagascar.
Some TV shows? Oh.
2 episodes of a show.
Oh, he directed 2 episodes of Ren and Stimpy, for those of you guys who like that show. Yeah, that's the same guy.
Apparently he's an actor in more than he's...
Okay, so, yeah, that's basic facts of it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fun little movie, you know?
Also, this is one of the most quotable movies when it comes to, like, anything. Like, this is right up there with Incredibles for me for what I quote the most.
For animated superhero movies that you quote?
No, just movies in general that I quote. And we have a friend.
We have a friend. That's
should
shocking.
I say his name?
Why, you have a friend?
I should say his name, right?
I didn't know you went out of the house.
I'm sure he's fine if
Yes, you can say his name.
Wesley.
Wesley.
And he is, like, I think the biggest fan of Megamind that I know.
Shout out to Wesley. He can quote the whole movie, I think.
Yeah, no, honestly,
And
like
recite every shot.
he actually can pretty much do the whole beginning. Anyway, I don't know about the rest of it because nobody's ever actually
sat through it.
The whole thing. We love hearing him. He can do the whole opening, all the lines and everything. So we actually, because there are so many quotable lines, we asked him to help us choose the quote for this week, but we'll get to that later.
Credit to him. Yeah, stay till the end, and we have a little surprise.
Yeah. So shout out to Wesley.
Shout out
great
to
guy.
Wesley. He's cool.
Loves Megamind, which major respect. And yeah.
Okay, so first question, biggest. You know what? You know what we're gonna do, Micah?
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna say, what is your favorite part about this movie? Favorite element?
Favorite element
Can be just about anything. Not that.
Favorite element.
Yeah, your favorite element of the movie.
I mean, it's a little basic, but
A little basic.
Megamind, just in general, the character.
Just Megamind the character.
Yeah, Megamind the character.
Fair enough.
He's I mean, obviously the highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
It's about him, and I love that character, the voice acting, the way the character was written, like the way how do I say this? Like the way.
How do I say this? What way?
That it's a great thing that it shows, like, he gets everything that he wants, per se, or at least everything that he thinks he wants.
So at the beginning.
And then he winds up feeling empty and having an existential crisis.
Wow, it's like every other movie.
Wow, okay.
But yes.
But I really like, it's such a complex character, hard to get into.
Well, there you go.
So I'm gonna shoot that question right back at you.
My favorite element.
Yeah, your favorite element.
I wish I would have thought about this before asking you. I would have to say my favorite element of Megamind is its rewatchability. It gets so much better every time I watch it.
There's so much attention to detail.
I know.
Which is a super cool aspect.
Yeah, a lot of the jokes get so much better just rewatching it every time. It's pretty great.
Why don't I ever put on socks when I come down here? My feet are cold.
Called again?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So, why don't you ask me a question if you have
Ask
one?
you a question.
Yeah.
What don't you like about this movie? Because you say you don't like some stuff, and I'd really like to hear about it.
I did rate it 4 out of 5. I don't think it's operating at the highest level it could.
Mm-hmm.
If this thing would be so amazing if it was great. Okay, but I think one of my, you said just all my issues with it,
Well, like,
or just like my biggest.
Like, what is? Fine, let's narrow it down. What is your biggest issue?
My biggest issue
with
Megamind is Titan. Titan. How?
We talked about this before the podcast. I don't agree with him.
What's Hal's last name? Did they say?
No.
That would be.
It's Hal Jordan, though.
I almost said Hal Jordan, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's Green Lantern.
Well, hey, he
I know.
He later plays Green
Lantern.
Lantern.
Green Lantern in the Lego movie, which is why I was like, hold up, what's Hal's last name in this movie?
No, he doesn't have a last name.
Okay, so...
It's Hal Titan.
Yeah,
Or Titan Hal.
Hal is probably my least favorite part of this movie. I think just about all the scenes with him in it are... I don't know. So my big problem with him, just as a character, is... This is my opinion. In the beginning of the movie, when they're in the first act, setting up the script, we get introduced to him pretty quickly, with Roxanne reporting in front of the Metro Man Museum or whatever it is.
It's introduced.
It's a museum.
It's a museum. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's introduced there, and when I watched it the first time, I was like, oh, he's funny and.
Robbie finds this creeper funny.
I found okay, so he's supposed to be funny. He makes jokes, Micah.
Yeah.
The audience is supposed to be laughing at him because he's embarrassing himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you were supposed to like him, and I think they write him to be likable in the first act.
Well, that's the point. A lot of the videos I watched about this were talking about how well it works as like Hal being the bad guy, because it's like taking a lot of mentality that's seen around, where like there's a lot of like nice guys out there who aren't exactly like great guys, and then because they're nice to women and such, they feel very entitled to like to have a relationship with somebody. Like they act like that person is their property, like Hal does in the movie.
Now, I think while I was watching it, but yes, I get your point. I just don't think they set that up as well as they could have.
Literally one of his first lines out of his mouth is completely creepy.
Well, yeah, but...
It's like a dingo watching a human baby.
But it's supposed to be funny to the audience.
Says who? No, that's not supposed to be funny. That line is not supposed to be funny.
Well, to the audience.
No.
No? Okay.
No, I do not find that line funny.
Okay. But what was I saying? I would probably raise this movie a whole half star, maybe even a whole star even, if it just had... Because one thing that really bothers me is it focuses on Titan for a whole montage, and then it goes straight from him flying around with Roxanne and getting rejected, and he just completely just 180 flips around. I wish there was...
He didn't 180 flip. He was never on the side of Hero. The only reason he did it...
I know the only reason...
to get the girl.
I know the only reason he did it was to get the girl, but... They make him seem, even in the montage, like he wants to do it...
To get the girl.
Really badly.
To get the girl.
I just wish they had shown a scene in between Roxanne rejecting him and him seeing her with Bernard, who's actually Megamind, on a date. Because it goes straight from that to the date. And I wish I could have seen a scene of him maybe rescuing someone and them not being grateful for it at all. Like a legitimate rescue.
But he wasn't trying to do... He wasn't interested at all in doing hero work. The only person he cared about doing it for.
I'm saying they set it up like he's trying to do it to impress Roxanne. So like maybe she's standing there and he saves someone and she's still not interested, and then he sees them on the date, is what I was saying. So they set up that he even tries after that, but then after failing a couple times, which they might have cut it out or something like that.
But what I'm saying is, the point is that he feels so entitled that the moment he gets his powers, he comes in, he brings flowers, and he even acts like, you know, like one of the most interesting and one of my favorite of his lines is, he's like, I know everything about you, and then he brings her this thing of flowers, and he's like, oh, you don't like flowers? Well, okay. Like, oh, you didn't know that she... Like it's not... It just is such a disconnect. He's so disconnected from Roxanne because he just is like, I deserve to be with her now. I am a hero, without putting in any of the heart into trying to win Roxanne over, which is what you were saying. He wasn't trying to. He, in his mind, they were together. Like, boom. He didn't need to do anything else in his mind. He didn't need to try. He just needed to have powers.
And look like a superhero?
Yeah, pretty much. And just boom. That because everybody, like it says in the movie, thought that Metro Man and Roxanne were together, which they weren't.
Okay.
And even the line from Megamind when he's Space Dad, he's like, all you gotta do is save the girl.
Oh my gosh.
And then she'll be yours.
Okay, so you're saying... See, I don't know. I just think Titan needs more setup, and I don't know why. Because I feel like every time I get to that part of the movie, I'm like, he's just gone, and I don't know. Something doesn't click for me, and I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I thought I had the problem tackled down to the ground, but I didn't. So, this movie is a masterpiece. 5 stars out of 5 stars. Go watch it. At the end.
So you want to shoot this question back at me?
Yeah. What is your big problem with it, Micah? Why not 5 stars?
I don't know. I really struggle giving it 5 stars because although I struggle finding anything wrong about it, I really like it.
Is it just that everything's not firing on all cylinders? Like, yeah, everything's not cranked up to 100?
I usually don't give 5 stars to movies unless I watch it and I'm like, yes.
And that's part of my problem with it, is I think it has a lot of great ideas and a pretty great screenplay, and it's really well paced. I don't get bored at all watching this movie, and that's saying a lot. Because usually, especially with movies targeted towards kids, they can get slow or just dumb or tedious at times. This one is just like a wild ride the whole time, and I just think its screenplay could have used a couple more drafts. That's just my big thing with it. But you're just saying everything isn't as fine-tuned as it could have been?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, watching it, I'm like, yes, this is great, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But there's, like, something in the back of my head in it, like, this isn't, like, the greatest.
Exactly. It's not as great as it could be. That's my big, like, deal with it.
So a lot of movies I'll give 5 stars, even if I don't think they're... Sometimes, most of the time, they're pretty darn close to technical masterpieces. But I'll give
like 5... Like Boss Baby?
No, I don't give that. I gave that 5 stars and put it as my favorite, all 4 favorite slots on Letterboxd as a joke.
As a joke?
For a screenshot. I only give it 4.5.
Is Letterboxd a joke to you, Mike?
It is a joke to me. Wait, you used my thing in your meme, so what do you mean?
Okay, by the way, if you want to follow us on Letterboxd and see what we're watching, my Letterboxd is just Robbie Grayway.
Mine is games_things, which has a story, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's our big qualms with the movie. Qualm. what is your favorite scene? Just if you have to pick a favorite. Your favorite scene that you could just go back and watch again and again. Or just a sequence. It could be like a cut in between something or a montage or something like that. Just a section of the movie that you really love.
Honestly, the opening. Like
Just the entire
whole,
opening?
Not even necessarily the whole, oh, this is me falling to my death thing. But that's part of it.
I love that scene.
Like pretty much the whole first act almost. A little bit less than the whole first act. But like,
right after he takes over the city, like, is where you'd stop it?
Yeah.
If you had just had to pick like a sequence? Because that is an opening sequence, is what that is.
Yeah.
And then he takes over the city, blah, blah, blah. I think my favorite sequence to watch again.
I have a lot of 5-star movies.
Dang, that opening sequence is really good. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Megamind, go watch it. And if you have to turn it off after he takes over the city, because that's where the plot does start to slow down. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it does start to slow down. Like I said, you don't get bored, but
I have 32 5-star movies.
yeah, I know. You're like, I don't hand these out lightly, but
I don't. I mean, all of these movies are masterpieces.
Wait, is that Support Your Local Sheriff?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That movie is a masterpiece.
That is, it is really great, but I don't know about 5 stars great.
What about Mr. Incredible and Friends?
That is
No, it's and Pals.
That is a
sorry.
5-star movie, a film,
Short
film, a great piece of cinema. What was I saying? Oh, right, my favorite scene. So yeah, my favorite scene / sequence is when they go, Megamind and Roxanne. Stop messing with the box, Micah. I can hear it.
Sorry.
He's messing with one of my light boxes.
Let's go. Favorite scene, Roxanne.
So, Roxanne and Megamind, when they're driving back to the school, where Music Man now resides.
Music
My
Man.
favorite scene is Music Man explaining his death.
Oh, that's really good.
And then playing the song.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? This song is awful. I love it.
Brad Pitt should have a music career, that's all I'm saying.
And now, granted, you have talent.
Granted, you have talent.
One of my favorite scenes, adding
So
to this,
funny.
I totally didn't even, this didn't cross my mind, is when they, towards the beginning, it's in the beginning sequence that I talked about,
Uh-huh.
and Megamind has
Sorry,
trapped, and if you can't see it, but I'm putting air quotations around trapped. Spoilers for Megamind, by the way.
Well, that's part of the opening sequence.
Let me think. Oh yeah, and Megamind comes up on the projector and is like, "You've fallen into my trap," and then Metro Man's like, "You can't trap justice. It's an idea, a belief." And then Megamind's like, "Even the most heartfelt belief can get corroded over time. Justice is a non-corrosive," and it just goes back and forth. And this is the best banter in any movie.
What about Mr. Incredible and Pals?
No.
Oh wait, that's not a movie. Okay,
That's
never
not a
mind.
movie.
Okay, but yes, dang, this movie has a lot of really, really great jokes. Like we mentioned how Inside Out had great humor. This has like another
Next
level, amazingly good jokes. I think there's only like 2 or 3 jokes that don't hit really well, for me anyway.
Yeah, and a lot of times
humor is a really subjective thing.
Yeah, and with humor being subjective.
Subjective. Yes.
There's so many really good jokes in this, and they're there a lot. And I can't think of anybody who doesn't find this movie funny.
Oh, man.
And even if not all the jokes hit, there are so many, and not like so many that it's like
No, it's not overwhelming. They're always paced and put in really tastefully, I would say.
Yeah, but there are a lot. So like if you don't like one, you pretty much forget about it by the time another one comes around.
But by like the next 30 seconds, if it's a comical scene, if it's one of the serious scenes, it'll be a little bit before another joke hits. But
hey, speaking of serious scenes, let's talk about that scene.
What scene?
The date scene. They kiss. They schmooze. The watch.
The one.
All that.
That's a weird
and then
scene,
the in the
man.
rain. Going into the in the rain.
breakup scene.
Yeah, going into
with the cat rehydrating.
Yeah, with the cat rehydrating. That one. So what do you think of that scene? Because that is one of, if not the most, well, not the date, but the breakup part is probably, if not the most emotional, then like the second most emotional scene there.
I'm trying to think of a more emotional scene. Yeah, that's probably it. What you were asking, what I thought about it?
Yeah, just thoughts.
On the date, or
just like the way they connect, and like just both of the scenes, pretty much.
I think the date one, the dialogue could have been a little better with a few more drafts on the screen. Okay, so yeah, I think the dialogue could have been a little better, but for what it is, it works pretty well. That's, like I said, that's not one of my favorite scenes. That's one I don't really like.
We're not supposed to like it. They're breaking up.
Well, no. I'm just saying overall in the movie, I don't like that scene the way it is. But yeah, I would have changed a couple of things.
It's pretty hard watching because
it's edited pretty well.
Because like the way it works, and I just watched a video. Who did you say did that video? I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's a YouTube channel.
It's like the top result if you search Megamind video essay.
Oh, the Megamind is a subversive masterpiece video.
That one, yeah. And he talks about.
I don't believe that it's a subversive masterpiece.
He talks about how
What did he talk about?
How why that scene like hurts so, because
what, the breakup one?
Yeah, because you've watched Megamind grow so much from the person who didn't actually, but thought he killed Metro Man and did all the stuff and vandalized everything and stole everything and all that. So you see all that growth, and all that growth is because of his relationship with Roxanne.
And then to see it end.
And then they have that comment during the date about judging a book by its cover.
But he had done some pretty terrible stuff.
And then that's the thing, when she finally he's like, what about all that stuff that you just said? And she's like, yeah, let's check the contents. And it hurts because you're like, she's right.
Ouch, but like, she's right, but I don't want her to be.
Yeah, you're like, but this character, it's a very enduring character we've just watched grow so much because of this. In fact, this was like the only good relationship in his life.
Besides Minion.
No, Minion's kind of an enabler, if you think about it.
But yeah, that's his whole point, is he's supposed to be watching out for Megamind.
An enabler.
And helping him with his... helping him with his goals, which at the time his goals were to destroy Metro Man. Or terrorize Metrocity.
Yeah, his goal was never actually to take Metro Man. I think like it was, but it wasn't actually.
He said it was, but it wasn't.
It was the comparison in the Everything Great About Video.
Everything. Everything.
Cinema Wins, good channel. Robbie doesn't like it, but that's fine.
It's not that I don't like it. I just don't like watching it.
He's like, it's very Truman Showy there for a second, because they all have their roles, they all know their roles, and they all stick to their roles until they don't.
What? That's true. It is very Truman Showy. In that, like, one part.
It's very, very unrealistic the way it all works. Because, like, it's just, they literally are in a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Though, hey, while we're on this subject of routines, let's talk about Metro Man.
Hold on. What was your finishing statement?
No, that was it. That was like it. It was very like that was just mentioning that there was comparison-ish.
Okay.
But anyway, let's talk about Metro Man. So
Brad Pitt's great role.
So how he never really was a superhero.
It's true.
He saved people.
Wait, he wasn't?
No, he never was. He never was a superhero. He acted like one.
Okay.
Just like pretty much everybody else in it. Like, kind of like a Truman Show kind of feel. It works with what I just said.
Okay, yes.
None of them in the roles that they were in were the roles that they were, like, I don't want to say meant to be, but
Well, the
for
way
the purpose of
the way it was written,
the way it
yes.
was written for what they were meant to be. And Metro Man even mentions that he's like, I never really wanted to be a hero.
In my favorite scene of the movie. But
And,
yes.
and if you think about it, like,
What
he
do
was
I-
never, like, in the video, same video from before, not the Everything Great About video, but
Okay.
the one before that, he talks about how in Into the Spider-Verse, MJ gives her speech and is like, Peter didn't ask for his powers.
Sorry, I keep yawning. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Peter didn't ask for these powers, but he took up the responsibility of being a hero,
Yeah.
which is completely different from Music Man.
Music Man, his true power.
His true power.
His true power.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you think about Metro Man, besides the fact that he has amazing one-liners?
So, what do you mean? What do I think about him?
Just
Just
the
as a
character.
character?
The
I think he's a
character.
perfect character.
Perfect character.
Yeah.
What about him is perfect?
Yeah, everything.
Just everything.
I think he serves as a plot device, and
Yeah.
he does that excellently.
Yes.
They write him perfectly into the screenplay.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
That's it? That's the only thing?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he's perfect.
Okay.
That's,
Well, this was a fun podcast, guys.
well,
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
well, that's our 40-minute mark. Looks like we gotta go.
It's 40 minutes in.
But I cut a lot of stuff out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna cut a bit out. Right.
I'm sorry, guys. You don't get to hear the unedited
Yeah,
audio because
I know.
it sucks.
What do we do at the end of these things? We
Whoa,
wrap
we're
them
not
up.
we're not done. What did you think of Metro Man?
I just said what I thought of Metro Man.
Oh.
I was the one that opened up the Metro Man conversation.
The Metro Man of Can of Worms.
Sure.
The Metro Man of Worms.
The Metro Man of Worms. Okay.
Go on YouTube and search Metro Man Metro Man best scenes.
And I love you, random citizen.
Yeah. And you will be blessed.
You will be. Wait, is that actually a video?
I don't know. I hope so.
Oh,
I might need to make that. We'll put it on our channel.
yeah.
Metro Man best scenes.
Metro Man best scenes.
With a laughing, crying face emoji
Ah.
next to it.
That's the worst.
Metro Man all best scenes, and it has an arrow pointing to his hair, like a red arrow, and it's circled.
Yeah, I like those screen rant thumbnails. Do you think we can go into closing thoughts? Or
Closing
do you have
thoughts.
Any more?
I think it's kind of the same as my general thoughts, but I think it's really great. You should go watch it. I just wish the screenplay had a couple more drafts on it before they had done it. The voice acting is phenomenal. Minion's death scene transcends all other cinema,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's my closing thoughts.
Okay.
What are yours, Micah?
So just that this movie is extremely well crafted. I love it. Watch it. It's not as good as it could have been.
Nope.
Hence 4.5 instead of 5. But it is amazingly good, and I'm gonna put little things that I have written down in my notes. Just a few little
Wait, how long is this list?
attention to detail things. No, these aren't all different things.
Okay.
One is if you watch the eye color, if you notice when he uses his little
Wait a minute.
transform watch,
Does Minion have brown eyes?
he does.
Okay. I was
When he
wondering.
uses his little the warden has blue eyes.
Yes.
Megamind has green eyes.
And then
Minion has brown
has
eyes.
the brown eyes.
And when they use the watch,
Oh my gosh.
the
So
eye color
cool.
doesn't change, so you can always tell who's who if you're ever confused, which you shouldn't be.
Wow.
Well,
they
except for
make-
that one part.
Which part? The beginning?
The warden part.
Oh.
Well, I
in-
guess technically the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
When
because maybe
when he first breaks out of prison, or when the warden comes.
when the warden comes back, when the
Back
warden
at
comes
the end.
and his
Near the
Mega
end.
Man's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then
I'm sorry. Is that? Is that what Will Ferrell sounds like?
And then
Oh, I'm
Megamind's
sorry.
like, apology. No, not Megamind. Minion is like, apology accepted. And then they let him out. So it's just interesting
So
little
sweet.
tidbit there.
We're gonna go die.
We're gonna go die. What?
Wait, what?
Another little thing is, and this is a little less so. Maybe to some of you this might seem like a stretch, but I like this. So at the beginning, Roxanne Ritchie, she's wearing a red dress.
Oh my god.
And now, granted, there are other there are other outfits thrown in here. This doesn't all fit in. But towards the middle of the movie, when she starts to get to know Megamind better, she wears purple.
What?
And then by the end,
The infamous wrinkly seamed dress that she wears.
she's wearing blue.
Everyone was attentively watching what she was wearing.
Yeah,
They were like, I gotta see what this means thematically. Are the
was.
blinds open or closed in the house? I don't know. What does it mean? But yes,
Yeah, that's
cool fact.
Just little tidbits about the attention to detail. Also, the way people act is ridiculous because, like, especially the police, they're so untrained.
Oh,
and so
the characters. So it's like Commissioner Gordon from Lego Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, because they have a superhero parading around 24/7. They have no idea what they're doing.
How do you think the new commissioner will do? As long as she can press the bat signal button, I think she'll be great.
and then like and like in the opening, you see the cops all shooting up into the sky with their pistols.
It's pretty good. What about the soundtrack, Mike? What do you think?
Soundtrack is amazing.
Hot take on
Phenomenal.
the soundtrack? Hans Zimmer did the score, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, Giacchino maybe.
Wait, my super animated movie boy, Giacchino's back on it.
Hold on, let me you talk to the people while I look up to see whether it's Giacchino.
You can listen to Recently Logged on Spotify. That's where we get most of our traffic. You're probably
We
listening
do?
to it right there, right now.
I didn't know that.
Hello, Spotify listeners. You can also find it on Overcast, Undercast, Pocket Cast, Fishing Net Cast. Get this cast off my arm because I broke it. And
Insane.
many other podcasting platforms. We're not on iTunes as of yet, but I will tell you guys when
We're
we
on
are.
Anchor.
I said last week,
Okay.
don't. Oh no, Mike. Last week I said I won't watch La La Land until we get this podcast on iTunes, and I have kept my promise. I have not watched it.
Wow.
It's very sad.
He's really struggling right now, guys.
La La Land is my favorite movie. Go watch it.
Let's find
Go
all
spend-
cast and crew.
Go spend $13 and watch it.
Music.
What music?
It's Hans Zimmer.
It is
Never
Hans
mind.
Zimmer.
I thought
That's-
it was Giacchino for a second, but
my
it's
man,
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
What a guy.
He did an alright job on this. I'm not saying this is the best
Score.
work.
The score is the most notable thing in the world, but it does blend in with the soundtrack very well.
I haven't listened to it separately. Does it blend with the AC/DC and
Even like the
punk rock baby?
like even the opening when you got Bad to the Bone playing, and then it cuts into the Megamind opening card. The score and the
man.
soundtrack.
The opening scenes for this movie are so good.
Yeah.
I will stand by my statement that I told Micah earlier. I said I think the first act of this movie is perfection
Perfection.
because it has Metro Man.
And I love you, randoms.
No, the more Metro Man, the better.
Metro Man is amazing.
Well, unless you get Music Man instead, which then
Music
that's
Man
even
is
better.
even better than Metro
Because
Man. That is true.
you can get animated Brad Pitt's neck beard.
Also, I'm still curious about this. If you
What?
see him as a baby, and I know hair color changes as you get older.
Yeah, my hair's
but
gotten
his
darker.
hair is like a blonde.
No, it's not.
And then when he is
No, it's like a semi-dark brown.
when he is at the shul, it's still very brown. It's not black.
No,
And then
maybe he dyed it.
when he gets older, yeah, I want to know the story.
You want to know?
I
Well,
wanna know
his beard was black too. So
Hey, see, this doesn't make sense. Did he dye his beard?
I guess it just got darker.
It doesn't.
Maybe Micah, he's an alien.
I don't like it. Do aliens' hair colors change as they get older?
Maybe.
Like, just drastically? Like, you're a redhead growing up, but then, boom, you're a greenhead?
There was a Man of Steel deleted scene where Superman has pink hair when he's in his teens, and then it changes to black
Okay.
when he becomes a superhero.
It's good to know. Like to see Henry Cavill with pink hair.
Pink hair. Just go watch Shazam or something.
Oh, I'm so sad that he wasn't in that.
I know. But you got CG faceless Superman.
Yeah, you got the CG body of Superman.
This movie has a hilarious rip on Man of Steel. This did come out after Man of Steel, right?
I never checked that. Let's see.
Fact check me. I think this is after Man of Steel because the action is very Man of Steel-esque at times. And it makes me laugh. No offense to you, Man of Steel lovers out there.
I'm a man. Oh, nope. Man of Steel came out 3 years after this.
Wow. Okay. How influential was Megamind in the making of Man of Steel?
Things we need to know.
Wow, that is a stunning image. Why is Man of Steel so great? Okay.
One thing before we go, because we're pretty much done.
Oh, yeah, we're almost
love the shot where, like...
What shot?
Hal, or rather Titan, is chasing Megamind, and he hits the gas truck, tanker, whatever you want to call him, and it like blows up, and then you get, I think it's a Dutch tilt, if I'm not mistaken, as like there's an explosion behind him and he's walking, and it's not like a normal like action movie
no.
It's like in the background, and there's like flames, and it's the camera angle is down lower than
they did a handheld cam,
and
it's pretty good.
And I love that shot.
That shot feels very Man of Steel.
So yeah,
I think they should have shot Minion's death scene like that. Although it's already perfect just the way it is.
Minion's death scene.
Yeah.
It is the best thing ever.
Minion didn't deserve better because he already has the best. All right, so as usual, you can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram, both at Recently Logged.
On Twitter, I am specifically not Recently Logged. I recently logged us for Recently Logged's Twitter, but for moi, if you want to follow moi, it is at Micah Grayway.
Yeah,
and that is MICAHGRAWEY because nobody knows. It is not spelled like Grayway.
There's a link in the description. Yes.
Except for if you're on Spotify.
My Twitter is at Robbie.
And apparently most of our listeners are on Spotify. So
okay, well, they're just gonna have to live with it. So we always end our episodes, for those of you who don't know, with a quote, or in Charade's case, an idea.
There once was an idea.
There was an idea.
Okay, and like we said earlier, towards the beginning,
a group of Jean-Louis.
Jean-Louis.
Yeah, go watch our charade episode if you haven't.
Like we said earlier, Wesley.
Shout out to Wesley.
Megamind Man. Don't actually delete that. That's horrible. I hate that. Why did I say that?
What?
Megamind Man.
Megamind Man.
It's the worst.
Jesus, man.
But yes, Wesley is the Megamind expert that we know.
Resident Megamind expert.
He suggested this quote. So would you do the honors of delivering it, Robbie?
What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. It's like an ad read.
It starts right there. It's there.
That, sir, is called a window. All the kids are looking at them.
Which is amazing. And it's Minion, which who doesn't love Minion?
Minion might be the greatest written character outside of Music Man.
He also commented on how there is the nuance of Minion having to explain to Megamind what a window is.
Yeah. Thematically relevant.
Yes.
#thematically relevant good funny lines.